privilege of this week is that we are able to do line by line without, being in a hurry, without being pushed to quickly, the 45-minute session Sunday morning. And we have the privilege of relaxing and doing what we need to do properly. Okay, now, Numbers chapter 13, verse 1. It reads, Then the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Send men to spy out the land of Canaan, which I am giving to the children of Israel. From each tribe of their fathers you shall send a man, everyone a leader among them. So then Moses sent from the wilderness of Paran according to the command of the Lord all the men who were heads of the children of Israel. Now these were their names. 12 tribes of Israel, like that. 12 names that are being sent to represent the nation of Israel. And out of the 12, there is as follows. The tribe of Benjamin, Shammua the son of Zakur. Tribe of Simeon, Shaphat the son of Hori. Tribe of Judah, Caleb the son of Jephunneh. Notice that Caleb was coming from the tribe of Judah. Right? Tribe of Issachar, Igal the son of Joseph. Tribe of Ephraim, Hoshea the son of Nun. Hoshea there is Joshua. Scripture will tell you in the same chapter that it was initially Joshua was not called Joshua. He was called Hoshea. It is Moses who changed his name from Hoshea to Joshua. Those are principles of names. But we are not going to deal with them. Okay? And then from the tribe of Benjamin, Palti the son of Raphu. Tribe of Zebulun, Gadiel the son of Sodi. Tribe of Manasseh, Gadi the son of Susi. Tribe of Dan, Amiel the son of Gemali. Tribe of Asher, Setru the son of Michael. Tribe of Naphtali, Nachbi the son of Vopsi. Tribe of Gad, I'm sure some of us are hearing that for the first time. Tribe of Gad, Guel the son of Maki. How many tribes? 12. Let's all say 12 tribes. 12 tribes. Notice this. Verse 16 says, of the same chapter, these are the names of the men whom Moses sent out to spy the land. 12. Right? How many? 12. Notice the next verse. Moses called Hoshea the son of Nun Joshua. There was a change of name there. Did you see that? There was a change of name there. That's a teaching. We're not touching on that today. Now, let's look at, very quickly, let's look at the gleanings we can glean from these verses. What are the things that we can learn from these? Number one, if you notice here, in all these verses, the sender of all these 12 people is Moses. Can you notice that? The sender is who? Moses. Moses is the sender. He is coming from the tribe of Levi, which had 3 divisions. We're not talking about it. He's coming from Levi, and Levi had nobody out of the 12. Did you see that? Did you see that? We counted all the 12 tribes. Levi is not included. He is not there. And he's the one sending people to say, go and spy the land, underline the word land, which flows with milk and honey. Follow. The reason why Levi is not there is this. Number one, out of the tribes of Israel, God says, have all the tribes as a nation, but I'm going to take Levi for myself. Then Joseph will be doubled. Are you following? Joseph will what? Be doubled. There will be Manasseh, there will be Ephraim. Manasseh and Ephraim are the sons of Unai. They are the sons of Joseph. but they doubled. One tribe doubled. That's another thing. Not after that. So, out of the sons of Jacob, God took one. Out of the sons of Jacob, God took how many sons? One for himself. Number one, Levi is the tithe of the nations of Israel. He's the tithe. Out of all the things you have, there's a part that belongs to God. Are you following? Out of all the tribes of Israel, God took one. So Levi is the tithe. I'm giving you the whole garden of Eden. Eat anything you want. Do anything you want in the garden. But out of the garden, there is a tree that you shouldn't eat, you shouldn't touch. That tree belongs to me. Out of the whole garden of Eden, God took part that was his own. The tree that was in the middle of the garden was the tithe that Adam paid in the Garden of Eden. Okay. Let's say that again. What got Adam and Eve in trouble was not the fruit they've eaten. What got them in trouble was the tithe. I'm going to say that again. What got these people in trouble? It was when they ate the part which was not theirs. What normally gets us in trouble is when we eat what is not ours. Praise the Lord. Are you following? Now, let's go back to Levi. Levi is not part of the 12 because the Lord has taken him. He is the tithe of all these nations. Follow. Follow. But there's another reason why Levi is not there. Number two, Levi has he has nobody representing him out of the 12. Basically because Levi is a priest. I follow? He had nobody to represent him there as part of the 12 spies. Because Levi is a priest. All that Levi knows is sacrifices, altars, incense, spices, oil, tabernacle, and so on. Am I right? These guys are going to spy the economic space, the land. And Levi knows nothing about land. Levi has no interest in land. Levi does not regard land. So therefore, follow. God does not reveal to you what means nothing to you. Are you following? Amen. God does not reveal to you what means nothing to you. Land means nothing to Levi, but the tabernacle means something to him. The golden lampstand means something to him. Therefore, he can have the pattern, he can have the measurement, he can have all of that. He can receive the download of that. But when it comes to land means nothing to him. And God says, I will reveal to you what means nothing to you. In other words, your revelation is governed by your interest. Your revelation is governed by your interest. Your appetite reveals what is it that God is going to reveal to you. You must guard your appetite because your appetite will tell us whether God will reveal certain things to you or not. I follow you. Blessed are they that hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they shall be filled. So God always reveals things to you based on your appetite, based on your interest. If land is of value to you, He will reveal stuff to you concerning land. If land is of no value to you, He does not reveal anything to you about it. And follow. If property means nothing to you, you get no revelation about it. So revelation is governed. Things that God will reveal to you is governed by your interest. That's why Levi had nobody to spy the land for him. So check your interest. Number two, what you don't regard, what you don't value, will never come as a revelation to you. If I don't value the presence of God, I will have no revelation with regard to the presence. If I have no regard or I don't value the essence of the blood, I will have nothing to say and nothing to teach on the blood. In other words, the height of what God will reveal to you is going to be governed by your appetite for it. And your appetite will tell whether you value it or not. And how does God tell whether I value something or not? By what I say about it. What you say about something will tell whether you regard it or not. As a matter of fact, your words can tell what we are ready for or what we are not ready for. God governs or God judges our readiness for things based on our words. What is it that we are saying about certain things? That will determine or that will tell God whether we are ready for something or not. Your readiness is not in excitement. Your readiness is not found in emotion. You can be emotional about something and still speak bad about it. If we're ready for revival, God will pick it in the words we say. Can I box? Can I box? Let me box. Let me box. Let me box. Let me box. Hear the word. Hear the word. Hear the word. As a matter of fact, again, your words will also tell whether you have faith about something or not. Your words will say it. Do I have faith about this thing or not? Do I have faith for the coming revival or not? My words will say it. My words will reveal it. It's one thing to say the revival is imminent. It's one thing to say the revival is here, right? But our words will tell whether we are ready for it or not, whether we have faith for it or not. Let me box, let me box, let me box, let me box. Your words also will reveal whether you are expecting something or not. Because you can't expect something and speak against it. That's very basic. You should be confident. Your words will tell. Not only words, let me check again. Not only words, even your own preparations.
Come on.
Your own preparations will also tell whether you have faith for this thing or not. I mean, it's easy. We dealt with this when we dealt with faith, to say this. Listen, if you're praying for rain, your preparations must be umbrella and some rain clothes. If you don't have that, you're not believing God for rain. Even if you say rain, 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 you're not believing Him for it. It's your words that will reveal it. It's your preparations that will reveal it. As a matter of fact, your preparations will also expose your fears. Your preparations will also expose your faith, expose your expectations, expose your fears. preparations, words, faith, and so on. So these are dimensions that you've got to understand and capture. Levi had nobody in the group because basically land means nothing to him. Now, let me say this. What you are not having right now speaks a volume. What you don't have right now, speaks a volume. What does it say? It says a number of things. What I don't have right now can also reflect on my faith. Can also reflect on what I've been saying about it. Can also reflect my appetite about it. If there are no miracles, check the appetite. If there's no power, check the appetite for power. If there's no move of God, if there's no fire, check the appetite and check if you've got to understand that God will never move against your theology. Your theology is like a parameter that you set for God to say, I believe in God the Father, I believe in God the Son, I believe in God the Holy Spirit. But there are things I'm setting to say, this is how far God can go, this is how far He can start. Your theology, which is basically your teachings, God will never go against them. There are things that will never happen in your meetings until you change your theology. Amen. Let me say that again. God does not offend our theology. He is going to work with us based on our theology. So even the Spirit of God, He will not move against our theology. There are things that will never happen in certain meetings because the theology of the meeting is basically against what the Spirit of God can do. So if the theology is against it, God will not do it. That's why I'm saying that what we don't have, we must do a proper investigation to say, what is our theology on this matter? I follow. What is basically our theology on this issue? Because our theology will reveal whether God can do that or not. Look at your theologian and say, you're putting us in trouble. You can teach God out of the session.
Come on, man. That is.
You can basically teach God out of the conference. Say, God, we don't want you. God, we don't want you. Not necessarily saying it like that, but by what you're teaching. That's why I'm saying that when certain things are not happening and are not there, it's not a reflection on the limitations of God. God is not limited. He can do anything. But is everything or anything happening in our lives? No. Basically because our theology is limiting that from happening. Not only that, even our own preparations. Preparations will reveal a lot of things. Because if you're not preparing for the heavy rain, basically it's not going to happen. I can hear the sound of the heavy rain. Prepare your chariot. The prophet was very clear. Prepare the what? So it's critical, ladies and gentlemen, it's critical that we start to understand dynamics of words, dynamics of preparations, dynamics of faith, and so on, because these are very important dimensions. Your words will tell what you are ready for or what you are not ready for. Let's go back to Levi. Levi does not have anybody out of the 12, and he's the one sending. I follow him? He's the one doing what?